This is the yarn that I'm using, Soft and Sleek DK, low peel. I usually buy minimum 500 grams when I crochet something for myself. And the specifications of the yarn are just acrylic, a light 3, 4 ounces, 114 grams. I think I had 4 or 5 of this. A 4mm hook. And, oh, the color is, name of the color, linen. And I will show you a small sample. The multiples are 6 and plus 3 at the end. So chain any multiple of 6 plus 3. For you, for your garment, you will measure the width of the garment that you want, and chain multiples of 6 as long as or as wide as your garment is, plus 3 at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here I have 30 plus 3 at the end. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. The chain 3 will count as a double crochet, and put double crochets in each stitch till the end of the chain. And once you completed the first row of double crochets, turn. Chain 3 starts counts as a first double crochet, and then double crochet into the front loop till the end of the row. At the end, you will, the last double crochet, you will put it into through both stitches, through both loops. So if you're working the front loop only, let me work a few, there will be a nice line at the front, at the right side. Or you can make the base of the garment with your preferred stitches, however you want, it really doesn't matter. So this is the wrong side and this is the right side. Chain 1, turn. Now this is the first row of the design itself. Single crochet into the first stitch, chain 1, skip 3, skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next, 2, 3, chain 1, skip 2, single crochet into the next, and this is the repeat. Chain 1, skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next, chain 1, skip 2, single crochet into the next. And if you counted everything correctly, you should have skip 2, single crochet into the very last, into the 3rd chain from the beginning. This is what we have. Chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, and put a double crochet into the same first stitch. Chain 1, technically skip 2 and single crochet into the next. So skip the chain 1, skip the first double crochet, single crochet into the next. But what you also can do to make it easier and not count, you will chain 1 and single crochet into the 2nd double crochet into the middle. Chain 1, here again you can skip 2 and work a V-stitch into the single crochet, or just chain 1 and V-stitch into the single crochet. However is easier for you and whatever makes sense for you. So chain 1, skip 2, single crochet into the next, and that next should fall into the middle. chain 1, skip 2, V-stitch into the next, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 2, single crochet into the middle, chain 1, skip 2, V-stitch into the single crochet. Keep repeating till the end. Here, if you want to change colors each row, you can do that too. It will probably look nice if you have a lot of same yarn but different colors. Yeah, it might look actually nice. So chain 1, skip 2, into the last one we will put just 2 double crochets. We will not be chaining in between. There is that. And it's a repeat of only 2 rows. So chain 1, turn, we'll be repeating the first row, single crochet into the very first stitch, chain 1, skip 2, 3 double crochets into the next. So that's going to be into your single crochet, and the new 3 will be formed right on top of these 3. So 1, 2, 3, chain 1, skip 2, single crochet into the next. That will be into the chain 1 of the V. And that's it. Chain 1, skip 2, 3 into the next or into the single crochet, chain 1, skip 2, single crochet into the next or into the V. And now, without even looking, you're going to chain 1 and move straight into the single crochet, and you're not going to be counting because the previous rows already have the correct count. Now we can just relax, watch TV, and kind of just make sure you're putting the stitches into the right places. So chain 1, and you're going to move into the V-stitch, into the chain 1 space. Chain 1 and single crochet into the 3rd chain from the beginning, into the very, very last stitch. Super easy. So now, why I chose to have an even number of base rows, because look, our 3 double crochet shells are turned with the right side towards us. Look how easy. The 3s are right on top of each other, the V stitches are right on top of each other. You cannot mess this up, honestly. I think at this point you guys already know how to crochet this stitch. And this is my back panel. Warning, when you are going to be crocheting this stitch, it will, like, your base will be wide and then it will gather. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's the stitch, or maybe that's how I was crocheting, I don't know. But make sure to, like, whatever height you're going to crochet, make sure to stop at some point and go and iron it or block it. I mean, block it is going to be for too long. I just steamed it really, really well with my iron on a lower temperature, and this is how it ended up looking. Now, looking at the camera, I can see that these look like rows, which I think is really cool, because I didn't expect the stitch to shift that way. Maybe yours is going to be different, I don't know, but this is how mine looks like. So that's my back panel, and this is my front panel. 22, 21, 20, 22 inches, or 56, 57 centimeters wide, and the height 17 and 21. Oh, hold on, centimeters. What is it? 42 and 53, 54. I will make the shoulder panels on the back panel first, and then I will adjust the top panel to match the back panel. All right, so chain 1 and turn. You will have to decide how wide you want your shoulder panels to be. I will probably use these, so it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll stop here. 5 of the double crochet of the fans. I don't know however stitches are gonna be. Let's count together. So we chained 1, chain 2 more, so it's a double crochet, and I will put 1 double crochet in each stitch and chain until I reach the desired width of the shoulder panel. So these are 30. 31st will go into the single crochet, and so I kind of finished in the middle of the V into the single crochet, and here's the beginning. So 31 for mine, and I will turn and add another row of double crochets, and that will be it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work into the back loops only. So my bottom panel has the it has the line, so the top has the line too. All right, so the regular chain 3 and then double crochet into the back loops only, and for the last one I will go into the 3rd chain from the beginning into both loops, and this is it. So now chain 1, pull up a long tail, and don't be stingy leaving off. You're gonna use it to sew. Look at this, magnetic. You're going to use it to sew the shoulders with them. Now you're going to turn the work, and we will start the shoulder from the inside. So I had 31, 4, easier to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the single crochet right next to it. And same, I'm gonna join here to the single crochet, chain 2, that's our chain 3 for the double crochet, and this time we're going to put double crochets working away, and make sure count as well. Well, you should have counted when you joined, but I like to double check. So 1 in each stitch in each double crochet and chain, and I need to end up with 31, and double crochet into the last single crochet, same thing, turn, chain 3 will count as our first double crochet, and then again into the back loops till the end. In this way, both of them will look the same. So this row is turned with the double crochets away from us, and the top with the right side towards us. Complete this row. Now you will perfectly align your front and back panels, and you will have to decide how deep you want your neckline to be at the front. So your front panel, the number of the rows has to match the back panel. So if I add another 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the front, then the rest will be double crochets, back and forth, again making sure, making the line, but the total number of the double crochet rows will equal this number of total rows, okay? Because when we sew the panels together, we're gonna have to have the equal number. Also, your shoulder panel on the front, the width should match the width of the back. So it's 31 for me, then this is gonna be the same. So when I sew them together, I have the equal amount of stitches. So I had a thought. Instead of making the square or the round neckline, why don't we try and make a V-neck? So I found the middle of the panel. This will be the middle. Did my regular row, and let's try and see if we can make a V-neck. So I ended up finishing in the V-stitch. So I will finish as usual with a single crochet here. And now I will turn. So when I get to the end here, I will finish with 2 double crochets. So I will start then this side with 2 double crochets, right? And single chain 1, single crochet, and carry on with the pattern like the regular one, you know, the V-stitch side. Chain 1, single crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 2, V-stitch into the next. Go all the way to the end, finish this side, flip it, and do the 3 double crochet side, and I will meet you here. Okay, now I'm back here at the neckline, at the V. So here we would have needed to put 3 double crochets. I will put only 2 to kind of keep it this way, and then turn, chain 1. We need to slip stitch to the first, slip stitch into the second, slip stitch into the chain 1, and slip stitch into the single crochet. Just like here we put 2 double crochets, we're gonna put 2 double crochets here, chain 3, double crochet, and we'll continue chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, V-stitch, and this is how we are going to do the repeat. Yes, we will have these, but then we can connect them later. So continue with the V-stitches on this side, turn it, and again with the shells this side, stop somewhere here, just like right here. Chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets into the single crochet, and this is how you will be repeating, dropping these on the sides, but make sure count you have the 31, or for me whatever it is for you. Stop decreasing once you reach the shoulder width, so you don't decrease too much. Now okay, this was the last one. Here is the place where I'm not decreasing anymore. So I had 1 2 3 4 5 plus the V-stitch. That's exactly what I have here, 1 2 3 4 5 plus the V-stitch. And then so once you stop decreasing, I will, you know, finish this one and put a single crochet here. Now I need 4 more rows. So V-stitches this way, shells this way, V-stitches that way, and shells this way, and then we'll add the 2 double crochet rows. And there's that. So now when I turn, I will chain 3. That's going to be my first double crochet, then double crochet into the chain 1 space, then into each of the double crochets, and I will be counting them to make sure that I have 31. And then, so okay, this is the wrong side, so this is the wrong side. So when I go to the end, then turn, I will be working into the back loops only. So the we are repeating this line on this side as well. And there's that. Now we need to do this other side. So we will have to join here in the middle. The only difference is that we will be working in a mirror-like reflection. We're still starting here in the same starting point, and I will repeat what we ended up with here. What was it? A single crochet? Yeah, it was a single crochet. Tighten this and put a single crochet, and we will go to the left. Chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, single crochet. Okay, so go to the end, turn, get the V stitches, come back here. For context, the previous clip was filmed on February 10th and today is March 22nd. It's been a little while. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish this project. So single crochet here, I ended it regularly, so chain 1, and I would finish just like I would have finished the row. So 2 double crochets into the single crochet, and now flip the work. And to be honest, I don't even remember what I did in the previous. I should have probably watched the clips. Okay, now I need to slip stitch into the single crochet right here. We need to chain 1, slip stitch into the first, into the second, then slip stitch into the chain 1, and slip stitch into the single crochet. And from here on, chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and put 1 more double crochet, chain 1, single crochet into the V stitch, chain 1, and 3 double crochets here. Okay, I got it. And then we're going to move with the pattern, chain 1, single crochet into the V stitch, chain 1, 3 double crochets into the next single crochet. And okay, now this will look symmetrical. So same thing here, same thing here. All right, so now you are going to go till the end of the row with the 3 double crochets, flip, and come with the V stitches, and I will meet you here. Chain 1 and 2 double crochets without the chain 1 in between, since this is the end of the row. And I think this is how it's going to be from now on. The repeat will be the same, and you will just keep decreasing one section at a time. So turn. So we had the chain 1. Now we will repeat what we did here. We'll slip stitch our way into the next single crochet. So 1 in each double crochet, 1 slip stitch into the chain 1, and a slip stitch into the single crochet. So basically this is how you are going to be repeating until you reach the width of the shoulder panel. And here it is. So I counted the triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 moved in, and from here on I'm just continuing the pattern. So this is the front panel. Here I have the back panel. Let's set them aside, and let me show you the sleeves. So the sleeves are, I decided to make them super easy. What I did is I started the sleeve in exactly the same manner like I started the panels, with 2 bottom rows, whatever width you like. Now I will show you how I made this part of the sleeve, the sleeve cuff. So we are going to chain 16. I saw this actually here on YouTube. When you start the row, you don't go into the V, but you go into the little bump. When you twist the chain, here are the bumps. So I tried to do the same. There we go. And single crochet. Same in each bump. Like so. And see the chain, the V stitch, the V chains, or the letter V's, there are at the bottom, so they will be on our seam. And the last one, ta-da! Okay, so see, this is how the bottom looks like, and this is the side. Very nice. When I'm gonna be slip stitching, I want to do the same. I want to use the back bumps and push this forward, the V's, so they create this edge. And I think I slip stitched 3 times. So this is our chain 1 space here. So I will slip stitch into it, into the back bump, slip stitch 1, then slip stitch into, I think I was using, oh yeah, I was using the loops. So the back loop with the front loop of the V, second, and this is the third slip stitch. See, I'm using the back bump and the front loop of the V. So 3. Now I will turn, so into the back loop only, and here I'm not using the back loop with the bump, only the back loop, and you will count your 15 single crochets. The last stitch we will be using both loops for extra sturdiness. This is the first part. Chain 1, turn, and single crochet into the first, we're doing both loops, and then 1 single crochet into the back loop until you reach the base. We will slip stitch 3 again, so we finished in here in this double crochet. Now we're gonna go into the next double crochet. See, I'm using the, let me get the needle, so the back bump of the double crochet and the front loop. So the back bump with the front loop, slip stitch once, then we're gonna go into the chain 1. I like to work into the chain. You can work around it, but for a slip stitch I think it's better if you work into the chain. And then, so here we have the single crochet, there are no bumps, you're just gonna use the front loop. So 3 slip stitches, turn, and go into your single crochet and do the same back loop in each one until the end, 2 in the last turn, come back, and then again 3 slip stitches, 3 slip stitches. And you can see this because you're using only the front loop from that side to slip stitch, you are gonna end up with this line, or just like here with this line, and it will look a little neater than just blending in. Kind of gives it a little bit of a texture. And for the panels, again, I steamed them, ironed them, and sewed only the shoulders. Start somewhere in the middle, so this would be the middle. So 1 double crochet in each stitch until we reach the right here at the corner. So yarn over, insert into the next to the last, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now yarn over, insert around the leg of the double crochet, same thing, and yarn over around the leg of the other double crochet. So now we have 4 unfinished, 2 stitches from this side and 2 double crochets from this side, yarn over, pull through 2, and it rounded the neck line a little bit. 1 double crochet. So here is our seam. Let's put 1 double crochet into, just find it, I guess, a spot into the seam, then double crochet around next leg on the leg, then 1 double crochet where is 1 single crochet we had around the leg of the double crochet, then into the single crochet. Yeah, this is better. So here, let's see what we can do. So double crochet around the leg, double crochet into the single crochet, double crochet around the leg, then slip stitch into the 3rd chain here of this leg, chain 2, slip stitch into this corner, and I think these were single crochets if I'm not mistaken. Slip stitch, chain 2, slip stitch into the next one, into the next corner, chain 2, slip stitch into the next corner, and here we can chain 2 and slip stitch into the next corner. And now we're gonna move up, chain 2, slip stitch into the next. I'm trying to get these 2 loops so everything looks even, but I do have a feeling I'm gonna need to undo this and do 3 chains in between, because it looks like it's gathering it a little too much. But you've got the principle of how to do it. If you're okay with 2 chain 2 in between, that's fine, go with it. I will finish this and try it on, and if I do need to redo it to chain 3, I'll just do it off camera. And from here on we were putting double crochet around the leg and double crochet into the single crochet, double crochet around the next leg, double crochet into this, into the next leg, and so on. Yarn over, insert into this space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over around the double crochet, same thing. And now we are going to move into the back panel and get the 2 stitches from here. The chain 1 will be another unfinished, and the double crochet will be another unfinished, and all 4 together. And then 1 double crochet into each stitch until we reach the beginning of the round, and a slip stitch into the first. What I like to do is chain 1, pull up a long loop. I'm going to go and try it on just to see how it looks like on the body. So I tried it on and it ended up looking really good. I don't need to redo it to 3 chains in between. These 2 worked. Now I need to turn the work together with my messed up yarn and crochet from the right side. So the next round is turned with the right side towards us. So I've chained 1 when I finished the work. Add 2 more, and I will just add double crochets in each stitch, but let's do like we did here to add the ribbing. So I will double crochet into the back loop and we'll grab the back bump of that one. So once you finish the neckline, fold it, try it on, sew the sides, put on the sleeves, and I'll be back to show you the finished garment. Okay, here's what we got. Front and back panel sewn together, regular whip stitch. I did the same for the sleeves, sewed them together with a whip stitch. For the neckline, the second row, what I did is around the, I put 3 together here, 3 together, 3 together on these points and in the back, because it was a little too wide for my liking. For the sleeves, like I mentioned, I put the cord, or elastic string. I did leave slits, so let me show you how I work the slits. It's the same from tutorial to tutorial, so if you've seen any of my tutorials previously, it's gonna be the same. I will want to add only 1 row of, I think it will be double crochets, so work with the right side turned towards you. And I'm debating what to do. To do double crochets or single crochets. I think I'm going to do single crochets, so it's smaller. With double crochets it's going to be opened a little too wide. So chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch, and I'll kind of try to distribute the single crochets as evenly as I can. And also I don't really want to work around the leg, kind of want to work into these stitches or into the loops, and I'll try to grab a loop from here, a loop from there. So this is basically how I do, and that's why it's very difficult for me to write patterns, because how would I write this down? I don't even know, because I eye most of my stuff. Here in the corner, I would suggest that we do 2 together, So insert in this loop, pull up a loop, insert into the other side, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and now turn to the other side. And now look at this side where we worked, and at this side. Yeah, I mean, you can tell the difference, how much neater this looks versus this one. And I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. I know I'm not posting as often as I used to. Life has been busy in a good way, school and work and stuff, but I will try to post at least once a month for garments. I'll do my best. Anyway, you guys take care. Share your creations with me on Insta and on Facebook. And other than that, have a great day. Bye.